time, very busy guy these days. Sir, before we get into some of the border issues, and I want to talk about AOC's lunatic ideas, but Donald Trump, just a couple days ago, mentioned he wanted to reopen the Rock. He wanted to rebuild and reopen Alcatraz. Man, that it just rings so true. It makes a guy like me just so happy when I think about reopening one of the toughest prisons America's ever had. Your thoughts?
Oh, I love hearing it too. And I'll tell you, Eric, thanks for having me on, first of all. But this guy is a marketing genius. He understands really how to set fire to the liberal media as well across this country. I think it's a great idea. We don't have enough space for all the beds. We don't have enough bed space for all the people that came into this country illegally, criminals, all of that. I think it's a great idea. And certainly Alcatraz has a certain aura about it that I think sends a clear message to people that are here in this country illegally.
I'm pretty sure no one ever escaped from Alcatraz, no matter how many movies they've made about the escape from Alcatraz. But it does harken to what's going on recently, Sheriff, and it's with the illegals that Trump was trying to export, and judges are getting involved. And then Bukele from El Salvador says, you know what, I'll take them. Let me take them. And there is a stark contrast between the way criminal prisoners are treated in El Salvador versus the way we kind of, treat them like, little kids here in America. Your thoughts, and just talk about that a bit, about the way we treat hardened criminals here.
Well, absolutely. And not only do we treat hardened criminals with kid gloves, we treat illegals even better than those people. So we used to have an ICE contract at our jail prior to me becoming the sheriff. But one of the reasons we got rid of it was because the requirements for ICE were far greater than what the requirements were for American citizens. I don't think most people understand that when you go to jail, I have a legal responsibility to give people 2,800 calories a day. Plus, I've got to provide them with a whole bunch of other stuff. I think most Americans are not aware of that. We have American families not eating 2,800 calories a day, and we're giving this to our people that are committing crimes. But even furthermore, we've got an even higher bar for those people that are in this country illegally. It needs to change, and Tom Homan has assured us as sheriffs that will change.
AOC has been slamming the Trump administration. She's on some sort of fight the oligarchy tour, and she flies privately, from stop to stop, and she lives in very luxury hotels in the meantime. But she's calling the Tom Homan and Trump's deportation, she's calling them sanctioned kidnappings. Your thoughts?
The hypocrisy of these people. Sanctioned kidnappings. The previous administration allowed 140,000 children, unaccompanied minors, to come in every year. And then we, the government of the United States, turn them over back to those same cartels and those same traffickers. And now you have her going around saying that they're kidnapping people or children or whatever she's doing. Like, I don't think anybody puts a lot of stock into what AOC says in the first place. And the more she talks, the more she proves that she shouldn't be there in Washington, D.C., representing the American people. But she should start by looking back over that previous administration and just that oligarchy and how they wanted to change America. And they were doing it by allowing illegals to come into this country. And they were responsible for the kidnapping of a lot of children and women into this country.
Sheriff Lamb, I was just reading over the weekend that the Trump administration, says it costs about $17,000 to deport an illegal for whatever reason, to incarcerate them, get them out of the country. There's a program that they're talking about, and they may have instituted already, where Tom Homan says, "We'll give you you're illegal. We'll give you $1,000 to self-deport." Now, listen, I love everything Homan's doing. He's a rock star. He's locking down that border. My concern is, what's to stop an illegal from taking the $1,000 American taxpayer check, going across the border, proving he's on the other side of the border, and turning around, walking right back in? I'm trying to figure out if I like this program or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I like it either, but I like the idea that they're thinking outside the box. And you're right, they'll probably take the $1,000, go across the border, and then just come right back. We've got to do something creative, though, and that's why I like this creative thinking. And it does cost a lot of money. Most people don't realize, for me to send out 3, 4, 5 agents to go and round a couple people up, every one of those agents is making, $50 an hour. That adds up really quick. Not to mention, you take them into a facility, you give them 2,800 calories a day. All of that starts to add up. So there is a cost where we have to then say, is it cheaper to pay somebody to leave than to continue to harbor them here in this country, or to house them in this country if they've committed crimes, which I think people should pay for their crimes before they're sent home. But I'm like you, Eric. I'm not sure that I love it, but I like that they're thinking outside the box and coming up with some other ideas.
Well, everything else they're doing is working. Sometimes you have to let's take a look at this. Let's not lock this thing into a long-term commitment if it's not working. AOC also said that illegals, if they're stopped by agents, ICE agents, to say, stop, you need a warrant for you to take me to go any further. What are your thoughts on that? Is that even a thing?
No, that's not a thing. There's something called probable cause. If we have a belief that you've committed a crime, we can move it forward. And if the federal agent is stopping them and they are here illegally, they've committed a crime. And so they have the ability and the authority. And this is the danger of where we're going in this country. What the left is trying to do with Kilmar Obrego Garcia and with some of these other people is they are trying to bog the system down with this due process that they keep talking about. They want everybody to go through it. Where were they for due process when these people were coming in literally unvetted and unchecked into this country under the previous administration? But this is the danger of what they're trying to do. They're trying to bog the system down to where everybody that's removed from this country has to have a warrant, or they have to go through some due process, or all these things, when the executive branch has the authority to take these people and remove them because they came into this country illegally in the first place.
I mean, the most interesting part of this back and forth is Holman heard that, and he said he's going to defer AOC to the Department of Justice. And then she says this. Take a listen.
First, in one of these seminars, Tom Homan, then acting director of ICE, said that he was going to threaten to refer me to DOJ because I'm using my free speech rights in order to advise people of their constitutionally guaranteed protections, and he may want to do it again today. And to that I say, come for me.
Come for me, she says. But, she's wrong about so many things. She said that Trump is deporting everyone, not just illegal. So come for me to the Department of Justice. I'm going to guess it may not end that well for AOC.
No, it may not end that well. And she doesn't understand that there is free speech in this country. You can say what you want, but it doesn't absolve you of consequences if you break the law. And the law says clearly in USC 18, I can't remember exactly, 1304, I think is what it is, or 1324, says that you cannot conceal, harbor, or shield people that are here legally from the U.S. government. And she is really walking that line. I think she's crossed it many a times. So she has certainly put herself in a position where she is either violated or right there about to violate that law when she talks like that. But free speech does not save you from the consequences of breaking the law.
Incredible. This is the hill she wants to die on, I guess. Kamala Harris died a miserable presidential death on that hill as well. Sheriff Lamb, really good to have you. Appreciate your time, and keep going. We got to get you back with a badge and a gun again, real quick. I know you got the gun. We got to get that badge on your chest again soon. Sheriff Mark Lamb, thank you.
I appreciate it, Eric. Thank you. And you look good, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. It's the beard, I think, like yours. All right, folks.
Talk to you later, brother.
Before we had to break.